King Rossz set his goblet back on the high table beside his chair, where a carafe of fine wine and a candle stand with 3 flickering candles were neatly arranged. The soft glow from the candles contributed to the room's subdued atmosphere, contrasting sharply with the grim scene unfolding nearby. Seeing his young prisoner's undiminished courage rather than fear, he was ready to escalate beyond mere conversation, to the more intense torments he relished. With a wicked grin, Rossz slowly took hold of the candle stand with his right hand, ensuring his movements were deliberate and noticeable. This action was intended to draw Turul's attention, igniting a mix of curiosity and apprehension about the purpose behind handling the candles. The king's overt manipulation was not only for lighting, but hinted at a more sinister use, playing on the psychological fears, and adding a deepening layer of mental torment to the already intense physical ordeal. The candles, held aloft by the cruel sovereign, cast flickering shadows across the well-defined torso, effectively illuminating and accentuating every muscle. This lighting served its initial purpose well, not only rendering the formidable physique clearly visible, but also emphasizing the aesthetic of masculinity under strain. This spectacle captivated Rossz, satisfying his twisted appreciation for observing strength under duress.
"Kill me, or I'll kill,"
Turul declared, his voice resonant with unyielding resolve. His words, steeped in raw courage, echoed through the chamber. His thick muscles tensed anew, bulging with restrained strength as he stared defiantly at his captor. This bold challenge marked his indomitable spirit, highlighting his readiness to fight, regardless of the physical constraints binding him. But the declaration was abruptly cut short, when Rossz thrust the candle close to his chin. The sudden heat forced him to tilt his head back to avoid the flame, halting his words. This manipulative action was a stark reminder of the captor's control, using the proximity of the candle to dictate his movements and physically assert dominance, even amidst a verbal challenge. With a sinister smirk, Rossz leaned in closer, his voice low and menacing as he responded to the defiant challenge.
"No,"
he hissed, the word drawn out with cold deliberation.
"Death would be far too merciful for a rebel dog like you."
His tone was filled with contempt, dismissing the notion of a swift end, as he relished the prospect of prolonged torment for his captive. As he spoke, the evil king brought the candle flame dangerously close to the muscular prisoner's bare chest. As the flame came dangerously close, the heat reached the sweat-slicked skin, causing it to hiss softly as it vaporized the moisture upon contact. This intense proximity forced a suppressed, manly grunt from Turul's gritted teeth. Despite the discomfort, his expression stayed stoic, his demeanor defiant against the pain. This reaction only further satisfied Rossz, who derived more pleasure from witnessing resistance than from seeing too early a submission. With growing confidence and satisfaction, the cold-hearted monarch deftly maneuvered the candles closer to the iron-willed captive's armpit, a more sensitive area he knew could elicit a stronger reaction. Rossz's calculated move aimed to test Turul's limits, anticipating a more intense response from the painful stimulus. And it worked. A louder grunt from Turul echoed through the chamber, resonating with his desperate attempt to shift away from the searing heat. However, the relentless restraints held him firmly in place, allowing no escape. The flame singed the hair under his arm, releasing a sharp hissing sound, and the acrid smell of burning, filling the air with a pungent reminder of his torment.
These impressive muscles of yours demand to be tested by the hard labors and punishments we have.
Rossz mused with evil glee, his voice dripping with sadistic pleasure, as he hovered the flame teasingly close. His eyes gleamed with anticipation, fixated on Turul's tensed form.
Let's see if they are as strong as they appear. I'm eager to find out how long they can sustain my amusement.
Another clank of chains echoed through the chamber, as the merciless king moved the candles to the opposite armpit. This sound differed from the defiant clank previously orchestrated by the unyielding prisoner. A desperate attempt to evade the searing heat. Despite his efforts to shift away, the unforgiving restraints held him firmly in place, emphasizing his complete vulnerability to the cruel, hellish licks of flame. Rossz methodically moved the candles, decorative pieces typical of royal chambers, across various parts of Turul's body, ensuring no area was spared from the searing heat. The flame made his defiant captive sweat profusely, his skin glistening beautifully under the combined light of fire pits and candles. But as it came closer, it dried the sweat and stripped away the sheen of his muscular beauty, leaving only suffering in its wake. As anticipated, a raw, harsh cry of pain erupted from the ensnared prisoner, when the ruthless king pressed the candles against the tender area of his manhood. Rossz then focused the flame on that spot, intensifying the torment. The flame danced like a monstrous tongue, greedily lapping at its favorite part of the prey once found, echoing the sinister delight of a predator, reveling in its capture.